Good evening. This is the Planning Commission regular meeting of August 13th, 2025. I will call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Cooley,
Here.
Commissioner Copeland,
Here.
Commissioner Cueva,
Present.
Vice Chair Smith,
Here.
Chairman Southard.
Here. Take us to item B, public comment period. Items not on the agenda. This meeting will be open to the public and conducted in a virtual format to be inclusive of all participation preferences. Public comment participation is encouraged by emailing any comments to the city clerk's office or by calling in using the phone number provided on the front of the agenda. Do we have any public comments on items not on the agenda tonight?
I have no written requests. Benny, do we have any callers on the line?
No callers.
And Chairman, if, this is probably my fault, I did not highlight this section here, but if you want to jump back to the pledge or any adjustments,
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped all right through all that, didn't I?
my fault.
Perfect. Can we have Vice Chair Smith lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Do we have any adjustments to the agenda?
No changes to the agenda.
And any conflict of interest disclosure? Seeing none, move back down to item C. This is our action items, public hearings, and requests. Item C1 is approval of the minutes. Can I ask for a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Cooley,
Yes.
Commissioner Copeland,
Yes.
Commissioner Cueva,
Yay.
Vice Chair Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Southard.
Yes. Takes us to item C2, our general plan conformity determination for purchase of vacant and unimproved land on 5th Street east of the past Biz Hub property at 514-516 California Avenue. Can we have a staff report, please?
Good evening, Commissioners. Joseph Kale, Management Analyst for the Economic Development Department. Tonight, staff is requesting a general plan conformity determination for the proposed acquisition of 4 vacant and unimproved parcels located along 5th Street, directly east of the Pass Area Biz Hub property located at 514 and 516 California Avenue. These parcels are identified as assessor parcel numbers 418-091-013, 418-091-014, 418-019-015, and a portion of 418-091-016. So some background for you. The City of Beaumont is actively pursuing the acquisition of these parcels to support continued development of the Pass Area Business Resource Center and to further our downtown revitalization efforts. Under California Government Code Section 65402, the Planning Commission must determine whether the location, purpose, and extent of a proposed acquisition is consistent with the city's general plan before the city can proceed with the purchase. Some details about the property for you. The total area is approximately 0.326 acre or 15,682 square feet. The general plan designation is downtown mixed use, as well as the zoning is downtown mixed use as well. The site is currently vacant and unimproved, except for a wireless telecommunications tower and associated equipment enclosure located on a portion of APN 418-091-016. That facility will be excluded from the transaction through a lot split processed via tentative parcel map prior to the close of escrow. Staff has reviewed the proposed acquisition and finds it consistent with the general plan's goals and policies. The city intends to improve the property as a parking lot. This proposed use aligns with the downtown mixed-use designation and supports our objectives to enhance parking capacity, improve downtown accessibility, and encourage economic activity in the area. So with that, staff recommends that the Planning Commission determine the purchase of these parcels, APN 418-091-013, or 013, 418-091-014, 418-091-015, and 418-091-016. to be in conformance with the City of Beaumont's general plan. That concludes my report, and we are happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for your report. Commissioners, do we have any questions for staff?
Yeah, I do. What are the adjacent buildings and businesses there that justify the need for a parking lot? Or is it not, is it just being used to hold?
So I'm not sure if you're familiar with our new Pass Area Business Resource Center that will be opening in the coming months, but we plan on having a lot of activity there. The county is going to be there, as well as MSJC and quite a few other organizations, EDD. And so we're expecting that the need for parking is going to increase significantly, as well as I'm sure you're aware that there is currently a moratorium on parking in downtown. And so a lot of businesses are coming in, not having to adhere to the amount of parking that they would normally require. An example of that is, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Perozzo's tire shop that is just around the corner. We are expecting for a business, a restaurant to be going into that building here coming very soon. So we'll directly support that business as well as any other, so that go into that key 6th Street corridor of our downtown.
Okay, so has the, trying to think the term you're using. So is the restaurant on the books? Do we have a developer or someone who's interested in it, or is it we hope to have?
We're actively working on their application.
So they have applied. Okay, and is this, the business center, the government center, is that actively going forward?
Yes, we'll be taking the last of our agreements for the center on September 19th, that council meeting. That'll conclude all of the currently planned tenants for the space, and we're planning on having a grand opening here in October.
Thank you.
I have a question. Will the parking have meters, or will it be free parking?
Free parking.
So free parking, will there be some sort of monitoring of who uses it? My question being, other businesses around the area might be tempted to take advantage of a free parking lot and move their parking there as opposed to their own properties. Is there any way to stop that from happening?
But isn't that kind of the intent with the downtown parking plan, is to allow for densification of those parcels and creating opportunities for shared kind of regional parking facilities? It's, right, I mean, that's why we adopted that plan, right?
But that enhances the business activity that we're trying to bring in, as well as retail, shopping, that kind of thing. I'm talking about other businesses that are already in this area taking over this parking lot. There's no way to stop them from doing it. There should be.
Yeah, just in general, the city is exploring all sorts of options to increase the amount of parking for everybody in our downtown. So we're not going to be enforcing, to my knowledge, any sort of parking or, checking who's parking there or anything like that. It's just going to be public parking, hopefully to support the Biz Hub and the rest of the businesses in the downtown area.
So the answer to my question then is no. So if any person, business or resident wanted to park something there, a resident could park their RV there and have free parking there, or a business could park trucks there. There's no way to stop them from doing it, right?
Guess it would be treated the same as any of our other city-owned lots.
Which is what?
Do we have any ordinance?
So it's like anything, if it's a nuisance or it would be handled through a code compliance issue, but they're not, I mean, public parking is not intended for like someone to park an RV overnight, for example. It's as Joseph described, it's to support the businesses that are there as well as new businesses or uses that come into the downtown area.
So we will have adequate signage indicating that, so I can't park my RV there because there's a sign telling me if I do, I could get cited.
I mean, it's similar to like our parking lot across the street. It's a lot that's used for everyone, and there's signage of who can park where, but it's not intended. So if we see someone who's there, 24/7 with an RV, then they would be cited through typical codes that we have on the
But there
book.
is signage, or will be signage. Point
Yes,
is that not everybody obeys the implied rules.
correct, but there are codes like vehicle codes, zoning codes that don't allow for that type of use where it's a permanent 24-hour parking for
I'm
someone.
not trying to
park.
be argumentative, but if the average resident here or business owner wants to park a commercial vehicle on a lot that is a violation of code, but there's no signage saying that, we're going to have potentially a disgruntled person who then makes an issue out of it. It would be easily resolved to simply say, we'll put a sign on it. We'll put at the entrance or the exit, we'll have a sign saying, these are the vehicles that are not prohibited,
So
like other cities do.
if I may, the parking lot will come up in the future, but the purpose of this staff report and why we're here today is just for the commission to determine if the parcel is in conformity with the general plan.
Is there a reason in the municipal code that requires a map? Or they couldn't just do a lot line adjustment or a parcel merger if they're the common owner of all 4 parcels? Because that could be a quicker way to go about that.
For what's before the commission today, or?
Well, no, it just says in the staff report that a map would, they'll process a parcel map, but, it seems like if they're the common owner of all 4, that they could process a lot line adjustment or parcel merger and meet the same requirement.
Correct, and I believe this particular property owner is looking to do like a lot line
Okay.
adjustment, correct?
That was
Yeah.
just my question. Recovering engineer, so.
Any other questions from the commission? Okay. Seeing none, do we have any requests to speak on this item?
I have no written requests. Benny, do we have any callers on the line for this item?
No callers.
Okay, we'll bring it back to commission for discussion.
I mean, given that the parking lot would come back at a future date, we're making the determination here, I have no further discussion.
Does anyone want to make a motion?
Sure, so I'll move.
I have a comment.
Sure, go ahead.
I think that one of the things we need to do is think outside the box. And I suggest that we add a condition that adequate restrictive signing be placed on it when it comes back to us for that element. So it's not conveniently or accidentally overlooked in the future.
But there's no condition we can add to this action, so I think it's just direction to staff at this point that
Oh,
that
that's
point be
fine.
taken. Okay.
Yeah, a recommendation in the
So-
record, yeah.
So with that, I would move that the planning commission finds that the subject property is in conformance with the city of Beaumont general plan.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Cooley,
Yes.
Commissioner Copeland,
Yes,
Commissioner Cueva,
Yay.
Vice Chair Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Southard.
Yes. Okay, that item passes unanimously. That takes us to item C3, Plan 2025-0223, consideration of a second amendment to the Sundance Corporate Center signage program. Can we have a staff report, please?
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. Katie Jensen, Planning Staff. An application for a sign program amendment for the Sundance Corporate Center was submitted to the city on May 21st, 2025 to revise miscellaneous language, add 2 additional tenant wall signs, and add directional signage in the commercial center. The original sign program was approved in 2007, and the first sign program amendment was approved in 2022 to increase signage area across the site for tenants to align with the expanding development. With the proposed Second Amendment, the language revisions include changing lessee and lessor to tenant and landlord, and adding language that requires tenants to use a specific sign contractor and a repair or maintenance contractor that is preferred by the Sundance Professional Centers Association. The proposed amendment is also looking to add 2 tenant wall signs for Building B, labeled as B4 and B5, with an allowable maximum signage area of 28.98 square feet, which is consistent with the maximum sign area allowed in the existing sign program. The applicant is also requesting to add 5x3 directional monument signage labeled as DR1 in the proposed amendment. The property is zoned Sundance Specific Plan and has a general plan land use designation of single-family residential. The site is currently developed as a mixed office and retail complex, which is primarily focused on medical and health-related services, and it includes multiple tenant suites here. The proposed project is exempt from CEQA as a Class 11 accessory structures categorical exemption. This item is not required as a public hearing, and staff recommends to approve Plan 2025-0223 and directs staff to prepare a notice of exemption for the applicant to file with the Riverside County Clerk Recorder. This concludes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. I believe the applicant might be on the phone line if you guys have any questions for them as well.
Perfect. Thank you for your report. Do we have any questions from the commissioners here?
So this is just minor, non-substantive text updates and pedestrian scale wayfinding on site.
That's correct.
Okay. Seeing no other questions from commissioners, are there any requests to speak on this item?
I have no written requests. Benny, do we have any callers on the line?
No callers.
We do have the applicant though, is that correct, Benny?
That is correct.
In case there's any questions.
Seeing none from the commission here, go ahead and bring it back to us for discussion and a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the Second Amendment to the Sundance Corporate Sign Program.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Cooley?
Yes.
Commissioner Copeland?
Yes.
Commissioner Cueva?
Yay.
Vice Chair Smith?
Yes.
Chairman Southard?
Yes. All right, that item passes unanimously. That takes us to item D, staff comments, cancellation of September 10th, 2025 meeting.
Yes, good evening, Chair and Commissioners. The September 10th meeting is canceled for the State of the City. And so you may have already received your invitations to the State of the City, which is the reason for the cancellation. Again, tickets are available for purchase. So I did want to clarify that there are no reservations or reserved tickets. They're available for purchase when you are ready. And then a couple other items. Commissioner Cobble's comment is noted. For downtown parking, it makes sense to have signs. Right now, our signs, for example, across the street say unauthorized vehicles are towed. And so if there's a recreational vehicle or even someone that's blocking more than what the delineated spaces would show, we'd have that authority to get them out of there. Yes, absolutely. And then with regard to staff updates, we have a new assistant planner who's here today, Kylie Preciado, started with us in July. And we welcome her. The new planning manager is expected to begin next week on Monday. And so being staffed up helps us accurately report and make sure that we have timely processing and analysis and the reports for your review and consideration, like the Regency Centers, Target, and Beaumont's points, 5 million square feet and 240,000 square feet of industrial and commercial, and their 125-room hotel. All these large projects that we're getting, we're able to make sure that they get the appropriate attention so that we can help streamline the process for vertical development and better manage the existing and impending land use entitlements. So planning will be full, and that'll help. So we do anticipate that in October, you'll see the zoning code update. We're wrapping up our comments and getting final touches on that for public release, and the zoning code update will help us implement the general plan that you all did that great work on for the 2040 general plan. This afternoon, a request for input and feedback was presented to the Economic Development Committee. So our staff worked on and compiled a report that would look at the pros and cons of a voluntary program or an ordinance for designated spaces for Purple Heart license plate holders. And the committee gave some good feedback. So what we'll do is compile that report and report back to the council. You may be seeing that. If there's an ordinance directed, council could make that a priority, and then we'd be updating the zoning code and expecting your recommendation on that. But it's very likely that first we're going to start with the volunteer pilot program and see how that wraps up. But it is for the council to decide based on their direction. And the other project is staff worked on that is of note, food truck permitting streamlining. The council did ask for a report after the 2022 update to the Title V for food trucks. The process was never really brought back, so we're going to do that for them and talk about how the permitting has gone and whether or not it makes sense to update that. So you may not get a direct review of that or a request for your recommendation on that because it's Title V and business licensing, but it could happen. But it's just so you know that your staff was working on food truck permitting analysis of what works and what hasn't worked and what could be done to improve that process. And then the last thing is, or a couple of more things actually, Beaumont shirts. We received your request. I do want you to know we're working on getting you guys some shirts. So that'll be upcoming as well. And then the last things are staff communication. So staff's always available for clarifications and questions. So I do feel like you can feel free to contact your staff. Thank you, Chair, for meeting with us yesterday. I'm happy to report that there were no questions or issues for tonight's meeting, but that is an option that you have for us to be prepared for answers in the open format and not be caught off guard. I'd like to prepare and keep the staff ready for any eventualities that could lead to delay. If we don't know answers or we have to go back and research, then processes stop and projects get delayed. We want to make sure that we can continue in our public hearings appropriately by preparing for anything that you guys might need clarified or questions answered. Even technical issues, if you can't get in your email, we want to be able to help you with that. Feel free to give us a call or email, and we're there for you. We are your staff. So thank you for your service. We know your commitment goes beyond just tonight's meeting. So the fact that you can consume the information and consider it with an eye towards thoughtful decision-making is appreciated. And that's it for staff comments. Thank you. That's it for me. I don't know if our staff has anything that I've missed. I should have asked before. I didn't. I think we're okay.
Perfect. I appreciate those comments, Director Jones, and yeah, thank you for your time. I thought that was very helpful and appreciate staff's always been very gracious with time and answering questions. So we greatly appreciate it. Helps us do our job better too. So greatly appreciated. All right, that takes us to commissioner comments. Commissioners, any comments you want to make here tonight?
Welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome aboard. You got a good team here. All right. We'll go ahead then. We'll adjourn our meeting here at 6:24 p.m. Have a good night, everybody.